First of all, I like the intro subtitle, or the intro title is "Once Upon a Time in the Liberal Bubble."
Oh,
which,
yeah. I didn't even think of that. I've seen so many right-wing videos that I ignored that completely.
Yeah.
That
I've seen enough of them, but at the same time, I'm like, oh yeah, we're at a good start right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love like the level of like so far to the right where you're like, Bill Maher is a communist. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
yeah. I like that we've gotten to the point where it's like, oh, he said he'd build a subway. Communist.
Subway. Public transit. Government funded.
Yeah.
Commie. We got a commie over here.
Yeah, where it's like...
He's such a right-wing daddy figure.
Yeah.
This is the right way, and communism will destroy all of us.
Bill Maher said that he doesn't believe in God. You know who else said he didn't believe in God? Noted socialist Adolf Hitler. So...
National Socialist Party.
Yes,
I've been listening to all of this about Trump and watching how this conversations go in the U.S. And I have one question about it. I mean, there's all these people in the U.S. who are on the conservative side who are aligned with Trump for all sorts of reasons. And there's all this tension around his presidency and attempts to pull him out of his office for various reasons. And what do you think will happen if that comes to pass? What do you think will happen to these people that have identified with Trump? And
like the fatherly concern is so much.
It's so much. Yeah, my impression of Peterson, it's not that good yet. My thing is, I can talk like him. I just don't sound like him. Okay. Like it's like you just have to talk like the person you're talking to is just so unreasonable, and you're just so concerned, and it's just I'm just so worried about these disaffected Trump voters, and you know I just don't know what I love because
I got one too.
Yeah, let me see.
That's tight though. That's tight.
Okay.
You went very Kermit on it.
Right. That is my problem with it.
It is a little heavy on Kermit.
Yeah, that's my problem right now. I have to dial back the Kermit.
I'm not saying that I'm a pro either though.
Okay.
But my thing with him is I like to do the hand gestures because I feel like they're very pretentious and very professorial.
Yeah, that gets you into it for sure.
I like what's gonna happen to these poor children? I mean, they're beautiful Trump supporters and they might just feel disaffected and If he gets impeached for something that he did that's illegal, then this is a democracy and they can fuck off.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? What is this like? What if they get so sad? Or like, what's he saying? Like they're gonna rise up. They're gonna be so sad, and we should feel sorry for them.
Yeah, I think that it's such a disingenuous thing to be like, oh, well, we can't impeach him because then what if the people who vote for him get angry or they get violent? It's like, oh, really? That's not a concern for yours when you were doxing students or when you were making a registry of like of liberal professors. So like, fuck off. That's not a genuine problem of yours. Yeah, I like that we did some interpretive art. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, that was me narrating to your dance.
He is very. He has good like. Let me think about this. Maybe I like he does that good stuff.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, he's great at that. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's continue. We can talk, baby.
And like, how is it that that Democratic types, for example, are holding out their hand to say to these conservative types, sort of like, welcome back into the fold? Because it looks to me, from an outsider's perspective, that your country is polarizing in a way that's not good, and that people are going after Trump, and I understand that. It's not like I don't understand that, but there's all these people that elected him and that are identified with him, and they're not taking this well. And so, well, they're not. It's not, and, you might not think they're very bright and all of that, and they're backwards and all of those things, but
Wow.
He wrote the laughter.
Yeah.
Like 3 people laughed at that point, but I am laughing at him. He's just too like, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
these poor guys.
The audience isn't even like laughing against Peterson. They're just like, it's a fucking comedy audience. They're going to laugh when there's tension. And like, I just love the thing I love about that is because you can just see that guy seething at his keyboard. Just you're laughing. Oh, you think Trump supporters are backwards?
So backwards, huh?
Oh, Daddy Peterson's gonna spank you for that. Yeah.
Okay, so while we're here though, because I want to do this towards the beginning, I want to so now I just want to tell you about the guy who makes this YouTube channel.
Sure.
So I think that was a good intro to Peterson.
Yeah.
He's a maniac.
Yeah.
I mean, he's whatever. He's a right wing guy. He's a U of T professor. He goes on Bill Maher and he's like, well, with these poor Trump supporters. If he gets impeached, like, what are we gonna do? It's like, fuck him. But whatever. So now he has this cult-like following.
For sure, yeah.
He really does have the charisma of a cult leader, and he's got a following that is so in love with him that every time he goes on a show like this and they argue with him, this guy does a debunk of that.
Yeah.
But it's not a debunk. So look at how insane this guy's channel is. It's called Think Club, but it really should be Think Whatever Jordan Peterson Thinks Club.
Right.
Dude, every video.
Yeah.
Every video. Like, just look at this. I think there's like 400, maybe?
And yeah, how many videos does he have up? Jesus, and he's got like 56,000 subscribers.
And they're all Jordan Peterson.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Dude, it's not even like he does one Jordan Peterson, then he'll do the occasional Sam Harris.
Right,
but every single one. Like, look at the thumbnails even.
Yeah.
He makes whoever's against Jordan Peterson, he makes them this awful bad guy.
Yeah.
Like Sam Harris, he made him evil.
Yeah, he looks like Spawn.
Yeah, he looks like Spawn. And then in this one, Sam Harris looks like Spawn, but then Peterson, it has a vision from God.
Yeah.
There's so many. Like, he's so prolific with these Jordan Peterson, like, debunk anyone who disagreed with Jordan Peterson videos. His poor wife, part of me feels like Peterson should call the cops and be like, I have a stalker.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Like, this guy wakes up every morning and he's like, okay, everyone, someone else insulted our professor, our dear Lord professor. He made 400. His poor wife is probably like, make a video about me.
Yeah.
His wife is in the background sometimes. I'm like, his poor wife is probably like, sending him videos during the day. Like, look, these two did like a engagement prank video.
Yeah.
Like, for like, prank, honey, I love you so much more.
Don't you see? There's work to be done. His wife shows up at home with Sam Harris's head in a box. Like, did I please you? The ultimate debunking.
Now can we do a wedding love prank video, please?
I feel like soon, I'm really looking forward to YouTuber just becoming the new blue collar job. That just this guy's coming home I'm down there in the salt mines combing through Peterson interviews to put food on this table.
Dude, he makes money. He even says
he's
PayPal.
got a Patreon.
He's got a Patreon.
Yeah,
He's making money.
Which I love because it's literally your entire channel is just Peterson clips, and you're like, yeah, pay me. Which isn't that stealing from the good doctor?
I think it said support the cause.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Yeah, you're really supporting the cause here.
We have to protect the professor.
No, that's my fantasy right now, is just Peterson comes after these guys to be like, you're horning in on my action. I'm about that PayPal hustle. Find your own. You know
Peterson's making $80,000 a month.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And he's like a
on top
speaker.
Of tenure. Yeah.
Tenure.
Yeah.
Oh, he made it, man.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Look, say whatever you want about Peterson. This last year and a half is a banger year.
Dude, that's the thing.
He came up in the game,
hustle.
baby.
That's my theory with him.
He came up in the game.
That's my theory, though, is that because he's realized now, his followers, he said that thing where he was like, don't be anti-Semitic, and his followers were all like, Jordan Peter Stein, the golden one, this fascist YouTuber made this video being like, yeah, no, he's a good entryway to becoming a Nazi, but it's not really being a Nazi, and everyone was pissed about it. And because the thing,
that guy's that's even a guy that Jordan Peterson's like, hey, come on, guys, don't associate.
No, because that's the thing, is that he's gotten to the point where no one to the left of him is gonna have anything to do with him, and anyone to the right of him is like, you have to say fuck the Jews, and he's not going to.
Yeah.
And so now he's just trying to cash out. He's trying to get the last of it. That's why he's supporting the red meat pilled version of the keto diet, the only eat beef diet that his daughter does. He's on her hustle. It's a family
they're we gotta make
now.
sure we make more money.
His daughter, she makes $80 an hour doing Skype consultations where she tells people to only eat beef. That's literally his daughter's job.
These guys are a right-wing dream, right?
She was just on the Joe Rogan podcast.
He's a big supporter of oil companies too.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure.
They're so it's a perfect right-wing everything. They got the God, they got the Judeo-Christian side, they have the right-wing anti-communist stuff.
Yeah.
They're checking off a lot of boxes, but then he does want to have his influence, and he's like, we're not going to be we're not going to hate Jews.
Yeah.
he loves them in a weird way, but he loves them the way we need them to be there so Jesus can come back. That's what he believes.
Oh, I mean, that's a big thing. There's also like a great video where he's like, they're like, what do you think about the Jews? And he's like, they have very high IQs, and that's their IQs are 15 points above average. They have a very good skull shape. Like it's straight up like, oh yeah, you like them because of like eugenicsy reasons, like.
Oh, no. Is that what he said?
He said that the reason he likes the Jews is because our IQ is 15 points above average.
Oh, yeah. Like he was... But Sam, can he give a shout-out?
Sorry, is this like, does Think Club talk in this, or is it just he plays Jordan Peterson rocking
this one, he's doing... There's other ones where he starts talking, and then there's ones where he even mentions the wife. Like, he'll be in the studio, and he'll be like, honey, my wife knows. Like, I saw him do something like that, too. So he is married, and that's why I'm saying it's so weird.
I fucking love that.
800, and dude, they have kids. Like, they're probably religious.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Like, I'm really into watching, like, Doomsday Prepper videos. There's a show called Doomsday Prepper. It's on Netflix. It's so dope. There's one episode where it's like this guy who he's all like he's so hardcore about like doomsday prepping. He's like, yeah, my wife wasn't really into it at first, but she came around. There's a later shot where it's like showing them all at the kitchen table, and his wife's face is blurred out, and it's like she's not on board, dude.
She's not blurred out. She's like, it's like, no, my wife is a big supporter of the cause. Yeah, right, honey. And she's like, don't fuck up.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep interrupting. Let's go into this.
What do you think will happen if that comes to pass? What do you think will happen to these people that have identified with Trump? And like, how is it that Democratic types, for example, are holding out their hand to say to these conservative types, sort of like, welcome back into the fold? Because it looks to me, from an outsider's perspective, that your country is polarizing in a way that's not good, and that people are going after Trump. And I understand that. It's not like I don't understand that. But there's all these people that elected him and that are identified with him, and they're not taking this well, and so, well, they're not. It's not, and, you might not think they're very bright and all of that, and they're backwards and all of those things, but you need to have respect for the rest of your citizens, and if your country isn't going to pull itself apart, and I really see this happening from an outsider.
Oh, whoa, that's wild! So
pull itself apart. I really see this happening from an outsider's perspective when I come down here, and I lived in the States for a while. And it wasn't like this before.
If he was just a regular Republican president with Republican policies, I would say you'd have a point. But what is so alarming?
Run over some protesters. If you
kick out Trump, there might be thousands of those.
Yeah,
I just worry that they're gonna
just let those Charlottesville guys march around, have their fun tiki torches. Who doesn't love tiki torches? The Jews, they shouldn't replace us. Now, if you're going to get angry about that, we're gonna have to run you over with our cars. I'm sorry, it's just how it goes.
Look what you made us do.
I love
he has such a whiny. It's like, and I'm just worried. He has that, and then they do have this attitude. Because I'm always wondering, like, when are Trump supporters going to be like, okay, we picked a maniac? They can't admit it.
They aren't.
They can't admit it. So the guys like him, it's literally like, but there is a version of it, of like admitting that they did something wrong, and this is what it is. It's basically like saying, look what you made us do. You guys were so left-wing that the only choice we had was this Trump.
That's what
you made us do it. It's kind of like a guy who's like cheats on, or someone who cheats on their spouse, and they get caught, and then they're, instead of being sorry, they're like, you drove me into their arms.
Yeah, exactly.
You made me, right? And the thing is that it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, it's you guys started
it's insane.
it.
Yeah. And it's also like, I love the irony of like how it's like such a like, take personal responsibility, clean up your room. Oh, but you drove you like killed a protester with your car. That's on you, buddy.
That's because the left made me with your PC culture.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's so ridiculous.
It's tearing apart.
Outsider's perspective when I come down here, and I lived in the States for a while, and it wasn't like this before.
If he was just a regular Republican president with Republican policies, I would say you'd have a point. But what is so alarming is
So, okay, I just want to pause it real quick. First of all, this footage is vicious, man. I'm going to cut right there. This footage is vicious. Yeah. Like, I can't believe this Think Club guy and him. I guess this Think Club guy is just making it a straight up threat of violence.
Yeah, that is what that is.
If you kick out Trump, we're gonna go ham like this guy. You're gonna get 1,000 of these. Jordan Peterson didn't say that technically. it was kind of understood. But this Think Club guy, like, this is a good reason for Jordan Peterson should flag this. He should be like, "Fuck you, man! I didn't say that."
Yeah,
you know. But
yeah, I mean that's
It's crazy. So now his whole thing is that the whole premise of his video here is that Jordan Peterson went on this left-wing bubble of a show, or whatever. These lefty liberals tried to attack him, and then he defeated all their arguments. Or like nobody could give like stumps. Okay, here, let me just read the title.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson stumps Bill Maher's elitist panel with questions a second grader could answer.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So that's the title of the video, right? And here's the thing. Now it's going to show everyone else giving him a fantastic answer of why he's wrong, and this guy just being like, no. So first Bill Maher's going to give his answer of like,
right.
Go.
Yeah.
If he was just a regular Republican president with Republican policies, I would say you'd have a point. But what is so alarming is the assault on democratic norms, what we were talking about here today. Things like threatening to put people in jail, threatening to put journalists in jail, wanting military parades, praising dictators, wanting to be a dictator. I mean, we are at a moment here. I try to impress on the people who are too young to remember a lot of presidents and a lot of elections, how incredibly different this is than anything that ever came before. I never much liked the other Republicans who were in office, but I have a renewed respect for them. George Bush and Mitt Romney would not have tried to pull this shit. They just wouldn't.
Okay, so Bill Maher's first response.
Yeah.
Good points.
Yeah, that's fair.
If this was like a first round in a boxing match, I'd be like, they went toe to toe.
Yeah.
So now Bill Maher did round one. Now he just disses this guy for no reason.
What about Nixon?
Nixon got caught, and he gave himself up, basically.
Well, although this president makes the Watergate burglars look brilliant.
Right.
Why the zinger?
Like, what? Yeah, that's such a...
Like, now you're dissing his jokes?
Like, this reminds me of, like, did you see there's a Reddit post where this guy was like, yeah, I got into, like, Jordan Peterson, then I think that made my girlfriend break up with me. Yeah, it's
like,
so wild, yeah. So, he's, like, saying, like, all this stuff about how, like, oh, yeah, like, I told her she needed to clean up her room, and, like, the best part is he was like, yeah, I brought her to a Jordan Peterson, like, event, and I started crying. It's a very normal thing to do. Lots of men were doing that there, and she thought that was weird. It's like, I feel like this is the same thing where it's like, how dare they make jokes in front of this hollowed man?
I know, that's what that is.
Yeah. It's like the same type of people who are like, oh, the left can't take a joke. You can't take a joke. It's like,
I know. It was such a silly, it was like a good little joke.
Nothing. Yeah.
It's a nothing
jab.
joke. You could take a little jab at that at Obama, and he would just be like, well, like he'd have a comeback, or he'd be like, oh, you got me. It wouldn't be like, oh, zinger.
Yeah. Which, like,
how dare
I get it. Like, the crowd definitely, like, went wild for that, which it's, like, dumb. But, like, whatever, dude. It's a fucking, like...
It's a political joke.
Yeah.
He's referencing Nixon and Watergate. Give him a break.
Yeah, nothing makes you look like more of just this, like fucking loser than being like, oh, good one. Yeah, that's real funny.
He's not a comedian. Why are you expecting some tight jokes out of this guy?
Yeah.
They're expecting bangers out of him.
Proud he is,
he
too.
He is a loser, though. It's because he's so proud of himself.
You can see that face is him replaying that in his head, being like, nice.
He wrote this, like, okay joke 3 days ago, and he's like, oh, I'm going to go on Bill Maher, and I'm going to find the right time. I'm going to
honey, get in here. Get in here.
Okay. He makes the Nixon guys look. Okay, now this is round 3 heavy hitter time.
Let's see.
You do.
I'm confused about how this dovetails with your thesis that the left is too preoccupied with being non-confrontational. Right?
The left is too preoccupied
just that
with
we are.
That's interesting.
Okay, all right.
No, that's a good question.
But the idea that liberals, especially intellectuals, are preoccupied with politically correct speech, that they're not.
I see what.
And yet.
No, they're too preoccupied with identity politics by a large margin, and they tend to categorize everyone by their ethnicity and their sex and their gender, and I think all that does is turn people into tribal actors, and that the end result of that is catastrophe.
But weren't you also saying, though, that the left is too worried about offending people?
I feel like there's a little bit to unpack there. First of all, he brought back the footage.
Yeah.
What a maniac. Totally. Yeah. Because the right wing, basically, I feel like they are more in it to win it than lefties, and maybe it's by nature or something. And they're just like, look, I don't want to hear your point. I just want to figure out how I can get around it. I don't care what your viewpoint is.
I think that goes along with...
I will.
Yes.
Right.
Well, that goes...
But then on the other hand, when the left, for example, offends people in the political sphere, you're questioning whether that's somehow bad for society writ large.
Well, I'm concerned about. I think that those two issues are. I think that those two issues are somewhat separate. I'm concerned about.
Dodge.
Yeah, that's total dodge.
That's total dodge.
Yeah.
Total dodge. She made a good point.
Yeah.
She said, look, if the lefties are too sensitive and they need to toughen up, whatever, why can't your fucking maniacs toughen up and not go murder people?
Yeah.
It's actually a very fair point she's making. She's saying, look, I get it. We have our maniacs. They played a loud anything when you were speaking, and that's not nice. We'll tell them to stop. And then you tell your guy to stop murdering people.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fair point. And he said, oh, no, that's not it at all. His hand gestures.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, he's good.
Without the circus, he's just a lonely clown. Yeah, but he has these people in Congress who are enablers, and this base that it is a cult of personality, not unlike dictatorships we've seen in the past. I mean, he said once, famously, I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose any fans.
Yes.
And he has proved that to be almost true. I mean, we cannot imagine what he would do where they would turn on him, because I don't know what that would be. I don't think it's anything, because whatever it was, he would just say, well, it's fake news.
But okay, so imagine he's impeached, just for the sake of argument.
Impeach or convicted.
Okay, either of those. But it seems to me...
Well, that matters. One, he has to leave.
Yeah, no, it's not an unimportant detail, but...
He's so charming.
Yeah.
It's not an unimportant detail.
Yeah.
And also, look at that suit, baby.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting rich right now.
Oh, we like that, yeah.
Oh, that suit is so tight.
Ooh, Papa like.
Daddy liked this suit, baby.
Yeah.
This, I heard him once talking about, like, women shouldn't be able to wear high heels at work or whatever.
That's my favorite thing, is that it's like, oh yeah, but it's cool for men to wear like a three-piece suit.
He's like men are wearing a military uniform to work, and that's what we're supposed to be, because corporations are like
Or what about ties? That's supposed to look like a dick. Like that's
Is it?
I think that's what that's supposed to be. And
it's supposed to. Well. Oh, okay. So if it really is from military stuff, which I didn't know that, I heard from him. But now that we're doing this White Man's Burden podcast. By the way, White Man's Burden podcast, check it out. It's incredible. I'll have links. But that one of the things we're finding out is that corporations go into armies and then go back to corporations. Like right now, we just haven't seen that in our time. But that's how the British took over India. They had these corporation guys. And they were just business people. Yeah. But they were business people who were like, I'm going to have an army too here. Yeah. I'm going to have an army, and listen, if your guy comes close, I'm going to murder him, and we're going to start charging you guys tax. Like, it was such a slow corporate takeover. And then at one point, the Queen was like, okay, we're taking this. You guys are crazy, out of control cowboys. But if corporations, I just thought that was interesting. It could be like a legacy of that, and he wants to wear that uniform. You know what I'm saying? He got a tight one, and then he was saying women don't really have a work uniform. And if they're gonna dress up like kind of hoey, don't come to work. Something like that in that Vice video. I can't believe people were defending him on that.
Well, I mean, he was saying that, and then just the fact that it's also like, you're like, a suit is meant to make you look like you have broad shoulders. It's like a tie is meant to like sort of like
it's a
do the same
uniform.
thing as like a cod piece, basically.
Right. It's a phallic thing. Yeah. Dude, the uniforms were so crazy. People would just like make themselves taller too.
Oh yeah.
Like they would just put like a big boa thing. All right, cool. Let's continue. So far he hasn't answered the question though, basically. Yeah.
What do you do with the disaffected 40% that are going to be very unhappy about this, independent of Trump's behavior?
Kind of like the Sunnis after we kicked over Saddam.
Well, that's a hell of a precedent
ISIS.
to cite.
Let me suggest that this is an argument, looking for an argument rather than a solution. We're not waiting for impeachment. We're making sure that people understand Donald Trump cannot stop us today.
Okay, now I'll give him this. This Democrat now does feel a little fake.
Oh yeah,
like he's just giving a fake speech. I don't know. I'm not feeling his.
Oh,
thing.
They are like total fakes. Yeah.
So actually, I will say this for the guy making the video. This is a good point to say, is anyone going to answer the question? He put it at the end when the fakest kind of like nonsense answer was given. Like he basically gave at the end of a sports game, he basically gave the Democratic version of that, where he's like, well, we're gonna keep doing what's right. We're gonna keep being positive.
We're gonna go out there, give 110%.
We're gonna give 110%. We're gonna do our best, and we're gonna do the right thing and help. Let's get rid of this guy because he's really mean, and we're gonna do the right thing and go through the process and do what's right. Yeah. Vote for me, Democrat. Like, it was fake, and this is a very interesting time to put. Is anyone going to answer the question? He's the only one who didn't answer the question.
No, he timed it right because he gets the applause for just saying an empty platitude. He can't stop us from using the internet. It's like, fuck off, dude.
Yeah.
He cannot stop us from acting on climate change with all this bloviating saying it's just a hoax. He can't stop us from fighting climate change. He can't.
He prepared his bite.
Yeah.
He came prepared.
Yeah.
With a fake bullshit speech.
Yeah.
Oh, they can't stop us on climate change. They've been stopping you, you loser. Are you kidding me? Like, well, they're not going to stop us on that. Okay, vote Governor Mike. Thank you. Like, fucking. But
his name's Jay.
He looks like a goddamn Mike to me.
Yeah.
He stop us from having the best paid family leave and sick leave policy. He can't stop us.
What? These are literally all things that he can stop. These are all things he can stop.
They got the Supreme Court, you maniac.
Yeah. Oh, he can't stop us on climate change. He can't stop us on paid sick leave. Buddy, their unions are going to be illegal by the end of Trump's term. Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, these right-wing maniacs took the game, idiot. And what are you saying? They took it. They took the internet. This guy's got 200, 300,000 hits.
Right makes might. No, it fucking doesn't, you moron. You fucking impotent loser.
Oh, he's such a loser. Like, that's two things. Next, he's going to be... What do you think? We should guess. What's he gonna do next? What's he gonna do? He's gonna be like, he's gonna pull us out of going to war all the time.
He certainly is stopping us from protecting the environment.
Oh, Bill Maher got him. Yeah. I thought this video was gonna be over.
He has signed executive orders. Right, the first thing he did in office was to sign an order that said, "Hey, you want to dump your coal sludge in the streams? Go right ahead." The head of the EPA is.
Oh, this guy's fucking.
The question was about Trump supporters. Yeah, it's a fucking discussion that evolves over time. I like how this is like, dodging the question because they've also never had like a normal conversation.
This guy's like but dude, he's like a rigged referee.
Yeah.
He's like a paid off referee. We're calling it fair, Sam.
Yeah, because also like Peterson dodged plenty of questions and went off on tangents too. I like imagining like Think Club is at a party and like the topic changed. He's like, wow, classic, dodged the question there, didn't you?
Like, no, you're making it weird, man. People just don't want to talk to you.
Oh, I'm making it weird? Ad hominem. Interesting. Wish I was surprised.
Coal sludge in the streams, go right ahead. The head of the EPA is Scott Pruitt. He's reversed all of
No, he just changed it to the Environmental Pollutants.
I know, but to say he can't stop us.
I love the Democrat.
Yeah.
So first he said, he can't stop us from doing that. And then Bill Maher's like, he fucking did stop you.
Yeah.
And then the Democrat's like, oh yeah, you know how bad he did? He changed the name of it to this. This Democrat is like, he can't stop us on climate change. Bill Maher, he did fucking stop you. And then he goes, oh man, he was so vicious. He really got us on that. Okay, let's try to get through this. And then
let's slog it out,
So he's changing things as we speak. We don't cover it because of Stormy Daniels, but all of this is going on. What can I say? He's okay.
Get used to it.
Okay. All right. We didn't get to any questions, but it was a wonderful panel. Thank you, everybody. Happy Thursday.
What? What?
I don't know. Yeah, what?
Who is this dude?
This bald guy is like, he really is like the loser of this episode.
Oh, yeah.
It does almost feel like a sitcom, and he's made characters.
Yeah.
And this bald guy is like the loser. He's like, I got a joke.
Yeah. Get used to. Wait, I guess he's like a journalist, and it's like, get used to me reporting on Stormy Daniels and distracting from like. It's literally because like he's.
Is
saying,
he a
like,
journalist though?
I'm guessing. That's what I'm guessing because he like hugged him and stuff. Let's find out.
He is like he's such a bitch that he doesn't even have a fucking intro. Yeah, okay, but let's just finish this off with like he just said the last line is get used to it.
Yeah.
So Bill Maher's like, you're distracting from the left-wing media.
Yeah.
So if he's in the media, he's basically like the Democrat guy.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like that's so insane too because it's not even being like, we'll report on other stuff too. It's like, nah, we're definitely gonna go with the circus for sure. Circus gets eyeballs, baby.
Oh yeah, he's like such a sociopath journalist maybe that he's just like, oh, get used to it. Yeah, no, that makes lots of money. Like he doesn't even know what he's saying. He doesn't even know like that they're dissing that. Yo, you want to plug something? Give a show coming up? Oh, Black Goat 666.
Yeah, Black Goat 666. I got a YouTube channel. Check it out.
It's how you bring that left-wing heat, baby. I've seen the videos.
Baby, yes.
It's very good stuff. I like it.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got.
That's it. Yeah, check out my podcast, White Man's Burden, and it's all about British colonial history. I mentioned it once or twice during the thing, but there's links. There's gonna be links to all that in the comment section below. All right.
Peace.
Later.